Alright, hey guys, it's Asha. Welcome back to Reading with Toby. Today I am so excited to bring you all my mid-year freakout tag. I love filming these every single year, so let's just get straight into it. I am going to be using the Books and Lala's version. I think she added like a couple extra questions and things, so that's the version I'm going to be using, and I'll link her. I don't think she's made one this year yet, but I'll link her 2024 one as well as the questions down below. Okay, so the first question is, how is your reading going? And I feel like my reading is going really well this year, kind of. It's going really well in that I feel like I am reading so much more than I have read the past couple of years. Reading a lot of books that I'm really enjoying, but I haven't found like my all-time favorite book of the year yet. Like, I've read some really great books, but you know, I haven't had that feeling where I'm just like, oh my god, this is the book, my favorite book ever, which that always kind of feels a little sad. But I've still been reading a lot of good books, and I have a lot of good plans. I have a lot of plans for the future to read a lot more, so I'm super excited and very happy with my reading. The best book you've read so far this year. So like I said, I haven't found that like #1 book where I'm just like 100% sure this is going to be the best book of the year. I haven't found it yet. There's still a lot of time, but I think so far the best book is Black No More by George S. Schuler. This is a little Penguin Black Classic edition. My boyfriend is currently reading it because I loved it so much. This is answering the question, what would happen if all Black people in America turned white? There's this scientist that discovers a way for all Black people, their skin to turn white, and they start to have more Eurocentric features, but they're still themselves. It's just their skin literally turns white. It explores what would happen in America. I mean, in all facets, and that was the most fascinating thing. It's also a satire of America, so it's so funny. I highly recommend this book. This was so good and so brilliant. Next question is the best sequel you've read so far. I haven't read any sequels, and I need to get to that. I do have a series tracker and some series that my goal this year was to make some progress in them. I have not done that. I need to get to that. Next question is your favorite reread. Again, I have not reread any books. I'm not like a big rereader, to be honest. And I'm trying to think, like, is there a book that I really want to reread? I don't think so. A genre you've been loving and reading the most. First, I've been reading my horror books, which I love so much, but I rediscovered my love for my literary fiction. I feel like I kind of lost a little bit because I really got into my horror, but I read What It's Like in Words, and then I read All Fours, and that just reminded me how much I love contemporary literature, my literary fiction, and so my goal is to read more of that. It's hard because there's so many books. So many books out there that I want to read, but a goal of mine is to really read more. The Booker Prize long list is coming out at the end of this month, and I'm going to use that to find myself some nice literary fiction books to read. Next one is a new release you haven't read yet but want to. So I have quite a few of these. The first one is, this one came out I think like a couple weeks ago. I haven't seen anyone talk about it. Actually, no, I saw one person on Instagram. I think they got an ARC and they really loved it. That is Fox by Joyce Carol Oates. I am so excited. This is a thick book. This is going to be the book that I start next. This is like a literary thriller academia novel. I think you're following this professor. Okay, I'm just gonna read the little thing. A spellbinding novel of literary and psychological suspense about the dark secrets that surface after the shocking disappearance of a charismatic mercurial teacher at an elite boarding school. I am so excited about this. I've never read a Joyce Carol Oates. She is a very famous author. I'm very excited about it. Oh, it was blurred by Gillian Flynn. Wow. But yes, I am like so excited about this. I literally read the first like couple sentences and I was like, oh, this is gonna be a 5-star. This is gonna be a 5-star, I already know. This paper is so nice. So it's gonna be the book that I start next. I'm very excited because Summerween just ended. So this is like, I'm in the perfect mood for something different, a nice literary fiction like I just said. So super excited about this one. And then I do have a ton of other new releases. I'm just gonna quickly run through them because these are all on my shelves and I'm super excited to get to them. First is obviously Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. I keep seeing people talk about this and absolutely love it. I recently read A Dowry of Blood, so I am like, oh, I loved that. Love the vampire lore. I've always loved vampire books, but A Dowry of Blood did it so well. And I have a feeling that V.E. Schwab is also going to do it really well, so I'm very excited to get to this one. We have a horror book, Blood on Her Tongue by Joanna Van Veen. This is just like a beautiful copy. Look at this. Like, look at the sprayed edges. Oh, so pretty. You know what? I think this may also be a vampire story. I just realized that. I think this is also a vampire one. I could be wrong though. I just know it's following two sisters. And I haven't heard too many people talk about this, but the people I have really enjoyed this. So I really want to get to this one. And then the last two are Death of the Author by Nnedi Okorafor. I'm so excited to get to this. A nice literary sci-fi novel. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And this is a beautiful, oh my gosh, all the things are flying out. Beautiful edition. I think I'm gonna love this. So super excited about that. And then the last one that I'm really excited for, a new release that came out this year, is Wild Dark Shore by Charlotte McConaughey. Let me go close that door. Okay, I went to go close my balcony door. It was a little loud, but the last new release that's on my shelves that I'm super excited about is Wild Dark Shore by Charlotte McConaughey. This, oh my gosh, I've seen so many people like cry about this book, although I've heard mixed things about it, but it's a slower family saga, which tends to be my favorite thing. And like I said, I really want to get back into my literary fiction, so I am so excited about this. This cover is so beautiful. Very, very excited about those. So those are all of the new releases that are on my shelves that I am super excited to get to before the end of the year. Most anticipated release for the second half of the year. So that is definitely going to be Calabasas, is that how we say it? By R. Kwong. I've already pre-ordered this. I'm super excited for it. Other ones are We Love You Bunny by Mona Awad. I'm excited for that. So you know what? Now I do have a reread because I did want to reread Bunny before reading the sequel. I think I'm gonna make that into a little reading vlog. Well, although like, I don't know how that sequel is gonna be. I'm kind of scared because Mona Awad's other books I read, like Rouge and All's Well, I thought were just like 3 stars, so we'll see. Mariana Enriquez is coming out with a non-fiction book called Somebody is Walking on Your Grave, My Cemetery Journeys. I'm excited for that one. Cursed Daughters by Oyukan Braithwaite. She wrote My Sister the Serial Killer, which was a 5-star read, incredible. So I'm super excited for this one. I know she said she wants to do something completely different from My Sister the Serial Killer, but either way, I'm excited because her writing is incredible, so can't wait for that release. My biggest disappointment. So there hasn't been a book that I've been like super disappointed in, but if I had to choose one, I think I would go with The Unworthy by Agustina Bastarrica, just because I was like highly anticipating. This was probably my most anticipated release for 2025 because I absolutely loved Tinder is the Flesh. I gave that 5 out of 5 stars. Oh my gosh, one of my favorite horror books. So I was so excited to get to this, and like this cover is beautiful. But this was just a 3-star. I haven't thought about it since I finished it. While I was reading it, I was just like, okay. I have a reading blog for this, which I'll link down below. But yeah, this was just disappointing because it just didn't, I don't know, I guess I was expecting to get the same feelings that I got from Tinder is the Flesh and just absolutely love her next horror book, but I didn't. It wasn't a bad book, but you know when you have high expectations and they don't meet them, that's why it was a little bit disappointing. Okay, the next one is The Biggest Surprise. So this one for sure goes to All Fours by Miranda July. Oh my gosh. I absolutely love this book. I originally got this book from the library just because I have seen everyone talk about this book. Everyone talk about this book. It's on all the like best reading lists. It was a National Book Award finalist. I think it was on the Women's Prize. Like everyone has been talking about this book, and sometimes when books are everywhere, like online and offline, like you go to bookstores and it's everywhere in your face, I'm a little hesitant because I'm like, why are you like pushing this book on me? Is it really that good? So I saw it in the library and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna read it because it's there and I want to see what everyone's talking about. Yep, I absolutely loved it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. This is also one of my favorites of the year. There's just something about this character. She was just so weird, and Miranda July just like was not afraid to write whatever she wanted. This book gets really crazy and strange, but it's also like emotional and beautiful. You're following this woman. She is in her like 40s or 50s. She's going to go on a road trip to New York, from LA to New York, but she decides like two exits away from her home. She just stops at this motel and then things kind of spiral from there. It's also about like menopause. It's also about just like your identity. I don't know. There's something about this book that like I just felt all the emotions along with this character. It was just super entertaining, just out there. I don't know, something about this book, I just loved it. And I don't know if I'm gonna reread it this year, but I definitely want to reread it because I loved it that much. I thought this was so good. A favorite new author, either a debut or new to me. So I do have two Two authors that I want to talk about because I definitely am going to read more from them. Their writing was incredible. The first one was Rivers Solomon. I read Model Home. This was my first novel by Rivers Solomon. Really enjoyed this. This is a horror novel, kind of like haunted house story. Got really sad. I think I have a reading vlog for this. Yeah, I have a reading vlog for this that I'll link down below. But I was so excited to finally get to Rivers Solomon because I've heard so many incredible things about them and their writing, and it was incredible. I cannot wait to read more. I think the next one I have like two of their, I have Sorrowland on my shelves and I have The Deep on my shelves, so definitely can't wait to read more of Rivers Solomon. And then the other author is Sophie McIntosh. I read The Water Cure. This is a 5-star read. I really enjoyed this book too. The writing was so good. There's that beautiful lyrical writing. And she has another book called Cursed Bread that's out that I cannot wait to get to as well, because these, although like the stories and characters were incredible, like the writing is what did it. Next one is a book that made me cry, and that has to go to Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This, just like everyone else says, the ending, it gets to you. She knows how to write a book to make you feel every single emotion, to manipulate your emotions. I was reading this in the Uber actually to my best friend's graduation, and if I wasn't in the Uber I would have been like bawling, but tears were definitely coming to my eyes at the end of this. Yeah, this one definitely made me cry. That was a good book. Next one is a book that made me happy, and that has to go to Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. This is probably another surprising one because I wasn't expecting to love this as much as I did, but this was just so good, so cute. I love Emily, I love Wendell, I love their interactions, I love all of the side characters, the Fae, like just everything about this book. Yeah, it's just like pure happiness, and it's so beautiful. I love this so much, and this is probably a sequel that I really need to get to this year, so excited about that one. Most beautiful book you've bought so far this year has to go to my Emily Wilde collection. I bought the UK versions because they're so beautiful. Like, look at them, they're all so beautiful together. Let's just take a moment. Oh, the second one, I love the green and the mushrooms. The third one with the pink, oh my gosh, these are all so beautiful. These are definitely the most beautiful books that I've bought this year. Next is, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? Okay, so the books I need to read by the end of the year are definitely the series that I need to catch up on, that I had. So that would be, what are some series that I had? I want to finish the Southern Reach trilogy, not finish, but I want to continue in the Southern Reach trilogy by Jeff Vandermeer. The Raven Cycle, I wanted to read something else in. The Neapolitan series by Elena Ferrante. Those are some series that I just think off the top of my head that I want to get to. And then, oh my gosh, my top 5 of 2025, I made like a list of 5 books that I for sure wanted to get to in 2025. And I read none of them. I read 0, which is really sad. So I need to get to that list as soon as possible. I think I'm going to do a vlog where I'm like catching up on my reading goals. So I'll hopefully be able to get to some of these books because that's not good. Next one is a favorite video or post you've done so far this year. I really like my Summerween vlogs, which I will link for you guys down below. Let me see. Oh, I really like the Bookish Week vlog that I did where I went to a book festival and I just did a ton of bookish things that week. I really like that vlog too. Favorite book community members. Okay, so I'm gonna try to pick new people. I recently discovered Jan Agaton. I'll link her down below. Recently discovered her and I've been like binging all her videos. I love them so much. She reads so much and so diversely, so I really like her videos. Oh, I recently found Kristen and Maddie. They're like a sister group. We don't have the same reading taste. Like either sister, we don't have the same reading taste, but their videos are just so entertaining and they do these like podcast things too. So I really like listening to them and just hearing what they have to say. Let me see if there's anyone else new, because obviously I still love Books and Lala, like she's still my favorite one. Yeah, I think that's the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Let me know what your favorite book so far this year is, or if there's a book you think that I really need to get to. I would love to hear your thoughts, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye.